I'm going to do an unboxing of this new microphone that I just bought. I picked this up at Fry's Electronics with a promotion code for just about 10 bucks. And I do a lot of teaching videos and preaching videos, and I thought that having a wireless microphone like this would probably come in handy. And for 10 bucks, you know, if it doesn't work out more perfect, you got nothing to lose. Most of the famous brand names are a lot more expensive. This is the QFX, and it's the model M309, and this is going to be my unboxing. You can see on the picture on the front that it shows that it has both a lapel microphone and a headset boom microphone that comes with it. This is the transmitter and this is the receiver. So let's see what's under the wraps. First we take off this outer wrap right here, and you can see that it's a nice box that everything comes in, and we open this up like this, and here are the parts. This is the receiver that will hook to your video camera or to your mixer or what have you. It has a standard 1/4-inch phone plug output. If you're going to record with a video camera, as is my intended use, you're going to have an adapter. I'll show you the adapter I have a little while later. This here is not just a broken wire hanging up, that's actually the receiver antenna. And it's best if you straighten that out to get the best range with that. We'll show you more about that later. And then this, of course, is the transmitter, the part that hooks to your belt. And it's all wrapped in nice plastic wrap to keep it from getting damaged or anything. And then we have this little insert here, and here are the two microphones that come with it. This is the lapel mic, or some people call it a lavalier, and it comes with a clip that'll clip to your shirt or to your tie or scarf or what have you. And it has a simple, it's just a mono 3.5mm plug. If you were going to plug this into something stereo, you would need a mono to stereo adapter, and I'll show you the one I got a little bit later. So there's the lapel microphone that comes with it. And then here's the headset boom microphone. Same type of deal, but it has a little wire headband on it to hold it onto your head. And then it comes with batteries, a 9-volt battery and a AA battery. If some of these, if it happens to be a little weak from shipping, there's no big loss. These are fairly cheap batteries, and you can just buy the replacement somewhere. And then the last thing that's in the box is this white sheet of paper. That's your instruction sheet, and that'll tell you how to set it up and how to use it and so forth. And that's it for this unboxing. Thank you for watching. Okay, putting this battery in is pretty simple, but the problem that I had is these wires that go to the battery clip are taking up a lot of space, and if you don't route the wires properly, you're not going to get the cover closed. So I want to show you what I did. I worked on this a little bit while the camera was paused. You basically have to put this in where the wires come out of the clip facing out. Then you press the wires down around the bottom. This is the top, this is the bottom. So you press the wires so it goes around the battery at the bottom. Make sure you don't break any of the wires, stuffing them in out of the way. And then you put this battery cover in and snap it in place. I think the QFC people should have thought about that battery compartment a little bit more and made it a little more roomy, but that's just a minor complaint. Now here are the controls on the top. This is where you plug the microphone in. It's a 3.5mm jack. Here's the switch, and it goes to the right to turn it on, and you can see the LED indicates that the power is on. And this is the volume control. My best guess is that you're probably just going to leave the volume control turned all the way up. But if you are out speaking somewhere and you find you're getting a little bit of feedback, you have local control. Turn the microphone down a little. A lot of people can't afford to have somebody operating your PA system, so this actually might be a little handy added thing where you can control your feedback or not having feedback from the volume control. We'll see more when I've got the microphone turned on. And this is your on-off switch. I don't know how long the battery should last, but it should last through at least a couple of different lectures before. But my advice is always keep spare batteries on hand, no matter what. So there's your power off. Next, how to get the battery into the receiver. This is the receiver. The battery compartment is just here, right in line with the plug. And just pop that back, and it slides out. And the battery goes in. The springy part is always where the negative end of the battery goes, so the long flat, the wide flat part. And the part with the button on top is always the positive. Just drop that in, push it in place, and put the battery cover back on. Now this antenna here, this piece of wire that sticks off the back is your antenna. If you're going to want it to operate over a long range, you need to extend that antenna. And I'll show you how to do that right now. Basically, the wire's just wrapped around through itself. And you unwrap that. And you extend it out. And just like any radio antenna, this works by radio. And just like any radio antenna, the more you extend the antenna, the better the reception you will get. So it's best to keep this extended unless you're going to be really, really close. A lot of people, on some of the videos I saw about other microphones, were talking about interference and static. And sometimes it's because you don't have the antenna extended. So remember to extend that little thin black wire so that you'll get the best reception possible. Now when it comes to hooking the microphone into the transmitter, here's the microphone jack that you put in. You can't plug both microphones in at once, so you have to choose which one you want to use. I've most likely been using my lavalier or lapel microphone. So this is the lapel microphone here. This just clips to your shirt or your blouse or something. Plug it in there. And then there's this belt clip right here on the back of the transmitter. You can plug that on your belt, and you can then turn the microphone on and walk all around the room wirelessly to do your lecture or whatever it is you're doing. The other microphone that comes with the set is a headset microphone, and I'll show you with me talking through this so you can tell what it sounds like a little bit later in the video. But it's the same deal. It has a little 90-degree plug on it. Plug it in there, and you're good to go. Next, I can't use the camera to show what's going on and use the microphone plugged into the camera at the same time. So I may have to switch to another camera just to show myself on the microphone or what have you. Then I may have to switch to this camera just to give you the idea of what the sound is like. Alright, we'll go to using the microphone next. Okay, I'm recording on both cameras because this black camera here is the good one and it will record the good sound. But right now it's not recording the picture. The picture is being recorded on this other cheap, inexpensive camera because I have to include the camera in the picture. So what we have set up here, here's the camera just pointing somewhere, and you can see that the VU meter is working in the viewfinder. I don't know if you can really see that, but the microphone is indeed working. The original battery that came for the receiver was dead, so I put another battery in there and it's fixed. What I have right here is this receiver is strapped to one leg of the tripod with a Velcro strip, and it's set up so that there's no tension on this wire. And you can see here that I've got the wire from the receiver plugged into the camera microphone input, and it seems to be working. Now are working in live audio and your PA, you're getting feedback or something, you can see I can turn the microphone way up and it'll be clipping there probably. So if I turn it a little bit back down, I can go way down with my volume just from standing where I'm at. So I don't have to have an audio engineer controlling this thing. You know, if you're just by yourself, you can deal with it. And you know, if you're recording, you just kind of have to hit and miss. But it's always better to turn it down just a little bit so that you don't get clipping on it. So you can see that the microphone is working and it's responding. Okay, we're on the air. This is the headset microphone, and right now you can only hear me. You can't see me, but I'm going to try to. This other camera, I can't really see what's in the viewfinder, so I'm going to try so you can see that here I am with the headset microphone on, and later on playback I will be able to tell if there's any difference between the two microphones. Now I'm going to switch to the other camera so I can get a better shot of myself using the microphone. Hello, my name is Gary Young and I'm doing a test of the QFX wireless microphone. This is me speaking through the headset boom microphone, and I can see through the VU meter on the camera that it is working. I won't know until I play it back as to how it sounds or how it sounds compared to any other microphone. And perhaps I should hook up one or two other microphones to see what it sounds like. Anyway, this is what I look like and sound like on the QFX microphone, and it seems to be working. So what do you think? Remember to like and subscribe in order to see more videos, and share this video with whomever you see fit. I'm going to do a microphone comparison. Before I had the QFX microphone hooked up. This is the Radio Shack lapel microphone that I've been using all along. And it's kind of clumsy. I'll show you in a minute one of the reasons why it's clumsy to use, because the microphone itself is wireless. But catch a gander, if you will, at this receiver. If I can get that where you can actually see it, you can see that it's a big device and you can't really mount it on the tripod at all. So you kind of have to mount it somewhere else and then run a wire from it to the camera. So hopefully the other microphone will have just as good a sound quality, and then I can eliminate the use of this, or maybe relegate it to the use with some other thing. Alright, I'm going to play that back and see what it sounds like. Thanks for watching. This microphone was designed with this 1/4-inch plug on it so that you could plug it into a standard PA system. But some karaoke systems and camcorders and the like have this smaller 3.5 millimeter plug. How can you plug this microphone receiver into your camcorder? Well, you're going to have to buy an adapter. And the first thing that you have to do is to adapt from 6.3 millimeters 1/4 inch to 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch. So I got this little adapter. You can buy these at electronic stores. They're only about a couple dollars, not a big deal. I bought this one through Amazon, and this has a mono input and it converts to stereo on the output. That's important because your camcorder probably has an input for a stereo microphone. And this microphone is mono. So all you do is take this adapter and plug your 1/4 inch plug into that, and now it has a stereo 1/8 inch plug at the output. But you don't want that thing sticking out of the side of your camera. It might get damaged itself, or it might even damage the camera. So that's probably a little bit too much weight. So I got this little, it's just a miniature stereo extension cord, and I just plug that in like that. And now I can mount this by using some kind of Velcro or something onto the side of the tripod and relieve all the strain and weight from it hanging off the camera. And that's pretty much simple. Some people probably don't understand about stereo and mono, but mono, the sound only has one channel. It may come out in both ears, but it'll be identical in exactly both ears. So this doesn't really create stereo sound. All it does is connect the one connection to both of the connections in your camera. That's all it does. So it's really not stereo. It's more like converting one channel mono into two channel mono. And of course this is just an extension cord. That's all it is.